Alright, so we're recording now. I'll keep my talking to a minimum.
Okay.
This is the first solo interview that we're having. So,
it's important to have those.
It is.
What'd you ask everybody else?
They talked together about the recording process.
Okay. I will talk to...
About the recording process?
Okay.
Alright, so... How long have you been playing the keyboard?
Like 3 years. I played piano from like 7th grade. I took lessons in 7th and 8th grade. And then like I played for fun, but that's it. So, keyboard for 3 years.
And is this your first recording endeavor?
Yeah. Well, I only started playing keyboard again because I got to play with this band, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I dabbled in Jesus Pizza with playing guitar, but that was it for that. And this is the first recording day.
Awesome.
Aside from Fruity Loops, there are some projects that are out in the cyber world, which are pretty bad, because it's hoopty, but
Right on.
I guess you can't count that. So this recording process is my first, but I gotta say, it's gotta be different from the normal recording process for most bands. Just because it's not in a studio and we're doing it entirely ourselves except for mixing and mastering. And I would not say that we're professionals. So this is some kind of like make it up as you go along process. But it's going well the way that we're doing it.
Are you guys finding advantages being able to record like at home in your basement?
Oh yeah, obviously, because like there's no pressure. If you want to wake up, you can record, or if you want to wake up and not record, that's fine too. So it's like just record when you want to, and that's probably when you get the best stuff out of yourself, you know, when you're not stressed for time or whatever. No constraints. It's right here. Do a couple takes and that's it.
Nice.
We're also doing it like layer by layer as opposed to like song by song. It's not like song start to finish, next song start to finish. It's whatever you feel like, whatever part you want to lay down for whatever song, in layers.
So then with everyone recording sort of how they feel like recording that day, are you finding that the songs are kind of flowing all right? They're all building at a steady pace.
Yeah, I would say the only hoopty part of the whole thing is that not everybody is necessarily around when you're recording. So if I'm recording something that I might want to mesh well with Kev's vocal melodies, and he's not around, or if they're not recorded already in my headphones, then I don't know what they are, then that can be, I guess, difficult trying to anticipate what they're going to be. If everyone's not here, it can be a little bit more difficult. So that I guess that's the only hard part about having everybody just do it whenever the hell they want. Mostly it's an advantage, but in those cases it can be a disadvantage.
Right on.
But it comes with the territory of hooptiness.
We got way back. All right, so then, do you find that a lot of the songs turn out to be different than they are live when you record them? Do you personally make changes?
Yeah, although I think you could say the same thing about playing live differently than the way that you practice them. When you play live, you learn more about the song and you change it. You change how you play it. And when you record, I think you're really thinking about making the parts solid, so you play them differently. You learn more about the song that way too. So I don't think a song is ever really done until it's played live, definitely, and when it's recorded, because you think about it all different ways. The way that you play it requires different kinds of brain thinkings about the song.
No,
Yes, definitely. Live finishes the structure.
Yeah.
Recorded finishes the
I feel
notes
like
you play.
you can only write a song so much. It requires.
So many of my parts have not, I don't want to say changed, but varied from their original version after recording.
Yeah.
So it definitely changes what you do. Not way too much, but you're just like, that doesn't work like at all. And I gotta change like note structure, note value.
I think Wave has changed a lot of his bass parts too. Everything has been rewritten.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like for everybody's part, but
in a good way.
but definitely for bass. Oh yeah.
It's gotten a lot stronger. And you just analyze it a lot more.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what was that? What was that? Like, that didn't sound right. And then you have to change what you did.
But it's not all change. I think
Like,
a lot of bands, when you listen to the album versions of songs, it's like, look, this is completely different. Everything's changed. If you've seen them live or heard them live, it's like, this sucks because it's nothing like what they sound like. But
just like
I'd like to reflect the way that we play a song live in the recording.
but also like making how am I gonna phrase this? When you like play it live, like the needs of the song change. I would say.
Sometimes you need to play it behind your back.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes
you just gotta do it.
Have some friends come down. You drink too much, and then you fucking
Gin.
play a cover and
gin,
put the bass behind your back, behind your head. But like, yeah, it's just like that. I guess the need of that song just changed, and I was still playing the right note, but not maybe exactly where I would play it. If I was concentrating really hard and not worrying about a performance.
Where did the lines have come from?
I don't know. I found it in the fridge. It was the last beer.
Oh, it was the last beer in the fridge.
Yeah, it was in one of the pull-out drawers.
Yeah, that was the same.
But like, just like the need and what the song demands changes, because performance is a different aspect of the song. It's weird. It's kind of deep.
Supply and demand.
It's all about economics.
All that.
Economic equilibrium.
Of songs.
That's right.
So, with this band being such a major part of your lives, there's so much analysis that goes in the recording process. Are you learning about yourselves and each other as people?
Yes.
Good answer.
Wiz is just as anal as I thought he was. That's what I've gotten out of it. Nah, that's more than that.
In a good way. In a good way.
You see the side of people being frustrated a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where
I think a lot of that's on footage, actually. There's like film of all of that.
I don't want to say we argue over the songs, but there's certainly a debate on certain parts.
Yeah.
And not being able to not experience what the other person is experiencing to make them say what they want to say or how the song is certainly, I wouldn't say it's eye-opening,
But it's I.
but yeah. Yeah. I don't know about a different way to say that. So that would,
I guess, yeah, I mean, recording this we're definitely interacting in a different way than we're used to interacting, we're not just like getting saucy all the time or
sitting in the basement.
playing COD or other kind of smash video games or something. But it's like, we're actually working together and trying to make something great together, and
It's a challenge.
we've always been friends and roommates and teammates, but it's like, it's certainly, I would agree with Wade, but it is revealing about each other, but at the same time I'm not surprised that we're doing a great job with it, the way that our dynamic works. I mean, we're friends first and musicians, obviously, but
It works really well together.
yeah, man,
I think the
it's
friendship
pretty
side
natural.
makes the music side capable or able. Like you're able to do it because you know each other really well, and you know how, I guess everyone else wouldn't say communicates, but yeah, communicates. I say that a lot. It's not like this, but it is this. And like that helps you transfer what they're saying and like on how to change or how to adapt the
Yeah, I
song to
think-
what it needs.
Especially like when you're playing live too. You need to know how to read people. And like if you don't know each other well enough to know like what a certain look means, or like to be able to tell if someone's like comfortable or not, like you're not gonna be able to play well. Like that's what I meant like in the article, like Packlitz is like saying like everyone's best when they're on leisure. It's like we've all been able to like hang out for like a couple days in advance or whatever. Even like I think that's part of like why like practicing before a show is so important. It's just like being together, like knowing how everyone's doing for better or for worse, like being able to read everyone else, you know, like while you're playing.
Yeah.
Sort of, it adds a lot.
And looks they do, like, you know, I get the biggest grin when I fuck up, make a mistake. And like then I look at everyone and I'm like, did anyone notice?
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
they noticed. And, like, you know, you just
Yeah.
kind of go through it. And, you know, that would probably make me concentrate more on the next like 2 or 3 songs until I get really relaxed again. But looks and friendship, that really it helps us get to the next level as well. Because I have no problem being like, yo, blank, like that doesn't sound good.
Bad.
But yo, but like that doesn't sound good, or you can definitely nail that better. It's like, you know, it's all for the greater good, and I would hope that same person would say the same thing to me. In the way.
AMDG.
Yeah.
I'm the arm big.
Buds for others.
Bad's for
Is
others.
that the fret?
That's for the greater glory.
Yeah. And it's a great way to make music. What we're doing now, like, you know, Brandon will be like, oh, I'm gonna do some mixing, and like whatever I'm doing, I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Like I'll stop whatever I'm doing and just listen and be like, oh wow, like, I can't believe that all of us got together and were able to make this. Because there's no way. I mean, I know I could never do it on my own. Like the parts that Conley comes up with, I'm like, what was he thinking? And it's like the coolest thing. Like I was in the middle of recording Silence Zone, and I stopped because I was like, what is this? Like this is really
A little
really
Easter
cool.
egg.
Yeah. And I was like, that's definitely what, you know, Conley was talking about for the last like week and a half. And then like I was like, man, I ended up not being able to finish the recording, but I was like, man, like that. And it's actually really cool. A lot of the parts that you write add this levity that I don't know how to describe it any other way. And it's a word I've used a lot. And
yeah,
I just like,
Wave used the word levity a few days ago, and like
it
at the time I was
changes.
like, yeah, that works. Like I agree with that. But then like a few hours later, it hit me that like yeah, it's levity. But then I remembered whose lips said the word levity. And
yeah, there was more to it.
Wave
than
used
that.
the word levity, and
That's
it
even
was
more profound.
accurate. Like
Yeah.
More profound.
what a great vocab word.
That's the first time I'm hearing it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great description.
And it'll just like change the whole pace of the song in like the best way possible. And it's in a way that I don't understand how you do it. So like that's awesome that you can do that to a song that isn't, I wouldn't say, you know, like sad or melancholy, but like it just like, it's like there's hope that is created in the music. And you know, I think a lot of the music that we create is emotional.
Enjoyable.
But
It
yeah,
is enjoyable.
it's very enjoyable, but it's like emotional. It's like,
Yeah.
like OT5, like when he just starts playing do 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 do, like there's just this like slight like not depression, but it's like, oh wow, like this is gonna be intense. And then like we'll hit a
Intense
chorus, and like you totally change the plateau like minimum, and it's just like it has to be at least here, and it's nothing that I could do as a bass player, but it's like the way you play your notes, like
We could call this the levity LP.
yeah,
Levity
like,
LP. That would be the EP.
it's.
Levity EP.
I think a good word
Just
for the
levity.
description of the album would be
Right.
intense levity. You know, intense comma levity. It's like, I don't know, it really drives it home. And it's just like, it's something that there's no way any one of us independently would have been able to come up with that except for Conley.
Yeah, exactly. The keys are such an important part. And it sets us apart from a lot of bands. Not that
Yeah.
other bands don't have keys, but like the keys.
It changes
like, the parts
the
the parts
tone
that
of
you
the song.
write like add like so much that like these songs would be pretty good.
Pretty
like
good.
if it was just exactly
Yeah.
pretty good in like a 4-piece band if it was like everything but keys, but like having the keys makes them like so much greater and just like builds
Steps
and everything
up.
builds on that too. You know, it's all right
Yeah.
back.
And like we'll come in with like, I know, especially on Climatiers, like the walk down starts with like, you know, I know you used some crazy effect on the Juno
Yeah.
at in the North Star. But then like the guitars come in and then like the bass drum comes in 2 measures after that, and then like the whole like, you know, band comes in and I'm switching to just the driving bass the whole line because it needs it, because
Yeah.
like you guys set this whole thing up and it just gotta keep carrying and man, there's no way I could write any of that shit. Like I can write my parts for what I'm doing, but it's like it's just really cool, especially when like you and Wiz get together. Like that stuff for the new Creepy intro is
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that was
way over my head. Like I,
I
would
think
never
like,
be able
we
to
had
do
a
that.
lot of songwriting that sort of has laid dormant for a while because we've been obsessed with the, in a good way, with the
For 9
recording
months.
and album and stuff like that, and we were busy with
Yeah.
shows. But yeah, we're ready. I feel like we're ready to start writing some.
I'm really excited to
stuff.
start writing it. It's gonna be awesome.
I don't know, whatever, if Rainbow Grout stays that title of that song, then it does. And not that I'm sad about that, but like it's, like that song just is another little, and French Rapture.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
That sounds
Like, it was, that was one of the coolest experiences of my life, was writing that song. Cause like I came in with this bass riff and I was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know what to do with it. And then you came up with like, I guess the chorus, and then like, you know, we all like finished writing. We're like, all right, we need Kevin to do this next part, and like then he came in with the closer, and like Wiz is writing the words and wrote all the rhythm guitar to it, and like the drums, and just like everything about it is just like, there's no way any one of us could have written that song, and I think that's just like a really cool thing,
yeah. Those songs are great.
you know. I'm like, man, and even Scratch came out of Conley playing piano, and I was like, oh, I'll write this, and then this is like, I'll write that, and you came in, and your drum part on Rainbow Grout, like what you do with like your hi-hat, it's totally like changes the feel of the song. And I think that's what makes the Quell Source unique. You know,
Yeah,
we all
I
just
agree.
are able to,
I feel like our music is really strong because each part is. We're all good at writing our respective parts.
Yeah.
and I don't think
It doesn't take too much checking. Like,
Yeah. I always
no, that's
know,
there, which is
yeah.
important too.
I always know what's, and that's what else, like, you know, we all, you know, are producing
In fact-
each other, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we can do it ourselves. We don't need a studio or anyone else.
Everyone's
We need a
critical
laptop
enough
that
of each
starts-
other.
Yeah, we are. We are.
In a good way, in the perfect way.
Yeah. And that's where the friendship full circle.
It's not like a bunch of egos that need a middleman producer to like keep everyone check. It's like we'll be like, dude, like, why don't you try it? You know, like that. Like that happens all the time.
And if anything,
It's a constant.
I think someone else would slow us down because we communicate so well.
We probably shoot them down anyway.
Like,
Really. Wrong.
Fuck you, dude.
Thanks for the help, bud.
yeah, like, like we all know how to talk, like saying one thing, or like, you know, you're like, oh, we need more on hi-fi, and the whole end of the song for me changed, and then Kev came down and it changed again, and it just like grew, and now it's like, it is what it should be, because we all like, you know, I came in with what I deemed appropriate, which was definitely like, you know, I'm a minimalist, so like, you know, dealing with that, like, you need this, and you know, I added that one fill from C to D, and then Kevin's like, no, we should do something like this, and then like the three of us figured it out.
We spent a while doing
Yeah, it was
too.
like 2
so
hours.
worth it. Like now that the end of the song sounds great,
Yeah.
like recorded. It's like
And
better
there's-
than you
and
would think, because live
everything-
can kind of blend together, and
Yeah.
we can't honestly we can never always hear what everyone else is doing. So like being able to like record and like get a really good listening to songs, which have developed live, like you know, a lot.
Which is probably one of the reasons, is because we all are hearing what everyone's doing.
Exactly.
So that's fair.
Speaking of which,
Full circle.
should we
Yeah.
do the vocals? I don't know
Yeah.
if the fridge noise is done yet. But
I can hear it right
that's that one.
now.
Might be.
That one's might still be going. That's been going for a while.
Let me check. But that was, I guess that was really cool.
Dude,
It's weird to get in a free open forum like that. I don't know. But it's,
Yeah, the fridge noise is gone.
we don't really just talk about it. Like, I haven't thought about that a lot. That shit before.
Fridge noise
Extends.
Extends.
I have to pee real fast.
Go for it. Can you just start the song from you?
Okay.
Oh wait, is this scratch stuff?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you
I'll
still
just
have to do that.
Well, yeah, I'll get into that part.
Okay. Was that good?
It's good.
Pretty good.